Yo, what's good, guys? It's Austin here, or Luna. So today's story time. This takes place a few years ago, okay? Back in 2017. So, the good times before, we had coronavirus and everything else happening in 2020. But yeah, like the better times. And I was at the mall with a few friends of mine. And it all started off by getting recognized, okay? I got recognized by this group of people. Two of them looked kind of like, just kids I would have went to high school with, pretty normal looking dudes, probably about 17, 18 years old, so near my age at the time. And then there was this girl with them who was being really quiet, and she looked a little bit more on the hot topic side, okay? Like, a little bit more on that like goth, emo look kind of vibe. And I'm not judging, I kind of dressed that way a little bit myself. It was just interesting seeing her out with these two guys that looked nothing like that. Like they were all like jocked out, and I don't know, it was cool seeing two style types hanging out like that. Usually I see everyone kind of have the same style in a group, so it was cool seeing a bunch of unique individuals. But anyway, besides that, she was really quiet, and only thing she said is that she likes my videos, so I said thank you, and I took a group photo with them, and I talked to them for like 5 minutes, and she didn't say much after that. And I talked to the two dudes for like 5 more minutes, and then I ended up saying goodbye because I had to get going because my friend had something to do. So me and my friend left. I was with him, and we went back to his house. All he had to do was like drop money off to his parents or something, so we did that, and then we went back to my house. And I'm sitting in my room with my friend. I'm on my phone just scrolling through Twitter, and he's playing Xbox, and all of a sudden I hear him say, "Yo, aren't those like the kids from earlier?" And I look out the window of my house that I was currently living in. I don't live there anymore. But I see a group of people on the sidewalk right outside my house, and not all of them were recognizable, but one of them was. It was that emo girl. And I'm like, yo, that's the same girl from earlier. The rest of them aren't, but she is. And my friend's like, yo, you gonna say something? I'm like, no, maybe they're just walking by. Like, I doubt they even know that this is where I live. Because my address or anything like that wasn't really public. So I didn't think that she could have known my address unless she like followed me home, but I doubt that was the case. And yeah, she ended up walking away down the street, and the only thing that was sketchy is she was kind of stopped outside of my house for a second, but she wasn't looking at my house. So I assumed she didn't know where I lived, and she was just coincidentally walking by. I was trying to be optimistic. But sadly, that wasn't the case, because the next morning came along. My friend went home that previous night, and yeah, that next morning came along. I woke up, and I stretched. And the first thing I do is open my window, get a breath of fresh air. And I open my window with no shirt on and no pants, just boxers. And I see that same group of people outside my house. But this time, that same girl, that emo chick, is standing in front of my house with her phone out, taking a photo of the house. And I'm in the window, so I quickly jump out of the way because I'm not trying to be in her photo half naked. And I quickly get dressed and I run out there. And she sees me and she gets all scared and puts her phone away. And I was like, yo, what are you doing? And she's like, oh, nothing. We were just passing through, and I realized that, like, this is where you live, and I wanted to show my friend. And I was like, please don't show your friends my house. Like, anybody. I don't care how trustworthy they are. Like, don't send photos of my private residence. And she's like, oh, yeah, I understand. And she was being a lot more talkative this time, way less shy. And I'm like, look, I'm not, like, mad or anything, but please, like, just leave. I don't know how you got my address, but, like, please leave. She's like, no, I didn't get your address. I'm like, yeah, you just happen to be passing through and then just know the one house that's mine. And she's like, you're right. I'm sorry. Like, my friend gave it to me. I'm like, yeah, no need to lie. I know. And she's like, all right, I'm sorry. Have a good one. And she puts her phone away and starts walking away. And that whole time, that couple of friends that she was with said nothing the whole time. I don't even know if they knew who I was or anything like that. They were probably just hanging out with her. But anyway, she leaves with her friends. She told me that she deleted that photo before she left. And I thought everything was okay. I wasn't angry. I wasn't, like, being mean towards her. I was just asking as kindly and as, sternly as I could, like, hey, please don't take a photo of my house. You know what I mean? Like, that shit's rude. Anyway, she leaves. I think that's the end of it, right? A week later, I'm hanging out with two of my friends in my room. This time, it's 9 at night. Like, it's pretty much dark at this point. And I see a flashlight outside my window from the sidewalk. And I open the window, and it's her again. And she's, like, flashing it at my window. So I run out there, and I'm like, yes, what are you doing? And she's like, I just wanted to see how you were doing. I was passing through. And I have never felt so stalked in my life. Like, I've dealt with a few stalker types of people before, but, like, this, like, shining a flashlight in my window, strange. Just to say hello. And this time she was alone. Like, I don't know what she had in her back pocket. What if she was going to shank me? I don't know. Anyway, while I'm talking to her, my friends run out as well. And they're like, yo, everything okay? I'm like, yeah, we're good. I'm just talking to this girl. And she's like, yeah, I was just passing through. Want to say hello. And I was like, why is it that you're passing through my neighborhood specifically? Like, do you even live around here? And she's like, I live about a mile away. I'm like, yeah, so why'd you end up here? And she's like, I don't know. I just like the area. It's really nice. I'm like, thank you. Like, that's why I live in it. But please don't come here at night or at any point without an invite. It's really, really not okay. She was like, okay. And she just left again. And at this point, I was getting scared, like genuinely afraid. So after that, she left, and I thought that was the end of it. I hoped it was the end of it. And about another week went by. And of course, I'm hanging out with one of my friends in my room. It was the same friend from the beginning who I was at the mall with. And this time, it's about 9, 10 at night, once again, about that time where it's dark. And I see a flashlight outside my window. So I open the blinds. To my surprise, actually, to no surprise, it's that fucking girl. And my friend goes, nah, man, I'm going out there and handling this. Like, this is going on for far too long. This is creepy. So he goes out there with me, and I let him do all the talking. He's like, what are you doing here? And she's like, oh, I was just passing by. I want to say hello again. And he's like, look, you're very sweet. We appreciate that. But please leave Austin alone, or else he'll have to file a restraining order. Now, I didn't expect him to say that because I didn't really plan on doing that. But that gave her the hint to not come to my house anymore, because she was like, oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, I won't come anymore. And she goes, I hope you guys have a good night. I'm sorry about this once again. And she waves at us, turns around, and starts walking away. And at this point, I feel kind of bad because, I didn't know this girl personally, but her reaction seemed pretty genuine, and she just seemed like she didn't really pick up on social cues that well. But regardless, in any circumstances, it's not really the right thing to do to just pop up at somebody's house unannounced, especially at nighttime, flashing their window just to say hello. Like, that's kind of creepy. So I think my friend was just doing what he thought was right to, keep his good friend safe, which was me. So I do appreciate him being a good friend, and she never came back again, luckily. But yeah, I'm not sure where she is today. I hope she's doing well. I've moved since then, so I hope she's, not trying to find my new address, and hopefully she's still not going to my old address. But anyway, guys, I thought you would find this story interesting and entertaining, and moral of the story is, yeah, don't do what she did. It's not really polite. But I hope you guys enjoyed this story time. Please leave a like on the video if you guys did enjoy it. Feel free to leave your story times in the comments down below, and subscribe if you're new. I'll see you guys all later. Peace.
I can't play the silence, really sing these flaws of mine. Tea leaves help my thoughts align. I need to let go. Open doors like suicide, keeping me from living life. Tea leaves help my thoughts align. Think I'm too close to you. Said the lie.